Hi guys, welcome back to Let's Try Panzer Strategy and welcome to the German War Room. We already chose Guderian as our troop commander. Manstein and Rommel also in the room, and you can actually talk to them and I will give you information about the upcoming battle, which is of course Fall Weiss, the invasion of Poland. So let's talk to Rommel.
The collision with Soviet armored vehicles in Spain showed how insufficient the firepower of our tanks really is. What if the enemy has tanks with even thicker armor? Obviously, we have to use larger caliber anti-aircraft artillery to destroy such targets.
And that's an interesting option, I guess. Instead of, or maybe in combination with upgrading the tanks, also consider using the 88, which is a formidable weapon. It's probably expensive though.
I think the Poles lost the future war even before it has begun. They stretched the units along the border to prevent the Reich army from entering any Polish territory. As a result, the Polish army is trapped in the semicircle of German forces. As soon as the offensive begins, our troops will ambush them.
So Polish troops already in a semi-encirclement. That also provides us with opportunities, I guess. Let's take a look at the core forces. Some upgrades are definitely needed. Right now we have 2 tanks, 1As, which are basically weak tanks. I think these were actually designed to be used as training vehicles. On the available upgrades, a 2A is slightly better, not much. The 4C, now this is the tank you want to have, I guess, in this phase of the war. It's designed as a anti-personnel tank, high soft attack values. Let's get one of those. Then we have the 3E. Now I think Germany fielded a few of those in the Polish battle in Fall Weiss. Not a lot, but losses for these types of tanks were very high. So apparently this tank, the Panzer III, wasn't really out of its development cycle yet. Not a great tank at all. The 38T is slightly better. In this game it has a better ground defense. And I think on the battlefield there were actually more 38Ts than 3Es, so let's get a 38T. Next up, the artillery. Right now we have the light Feldhowitzer, I think it is. Leichte Feldhowitzer. And we can upgrade it to the Schwere version, the heavy version. Will give us very high soft attack value of 19 and hard attack value of 11, which is also considerable, I guess. Air defense is less, so it should probably be protected by flak guns or fighters, of course. Let's upgrade the artillery. 600 prestige remains. And next up is the Luftwaffe. Let's get another Stuka. I think the bombers were basically essential in this battle, mainly for attacking the stationary targets, forts and bunkers, and providing the rest of the army with an opportunity to break through. So let's get a 87B We already have a 87A. There is a price difference, of course. Still, let's get the better version. 117 prestige remains. And with that we can buy a regular infantry unit. But I want to give the command vehicle. And I think this is a nice touch of the game. You can give your units specialized equipment. For example, this command vehicle can be equipped with additional munition, additional fuel, an MG, sappers that will increase ground defense, might be very useful for the command vehicle, and detects mines, and also intelligence, and that means that this unit will not fall into ambushes, gets a higher value in spotting and a higher value in initiative. And with each attack there is a chance of getting valuable information about the enemy. 30 prestige, let's get that. What about the tanks? This is a sub-caliber shell, expensive shell with a core from difficult to obtain tungsten. +4 hard attack, wow, that's impressive. It is expendable equipment, with each use the value decreases. It might help us against the Polish tanks we will face. I think it's the TK5 or 6, not sure about that, but they are very capable. So let's get tungsten ammo on the 38T and maybe a machine gun on the 4C. Just emphasizing the anti-personnel capabilities of this tank. +1 soft attack. What about the scouts? Don't think I want anything there. Maybe the artillery. Can increase ground defense. But let's give it additional munitions. And now we have, well, basically out of prestige points. So that's it for the core forces. And apart from normal prestige points, we also have HQ experience. And with that, Heinz can learn a few new skills. Now I took a look at the available skills, and I think aviation recon is actually the one we want. It allows for a aviation recon unit to enter the battlefield, scout out the area, and give us a little bit of information. And I think in the previous battle that proved to be difficult, getting information on the enemy. I think I even surrounded an enemy unit at a certain point in time and didn't get full information on that enemy unit. And recon is pretty much essential, so let's get aviation recon. Now the HQ experience points are used to learn new skills, but also to buy units with 1 or 2 levels of experience. So I'll save the remaining points for later. And I think that is the preparations done. Let's start Fall Weiss and watch the cinematic and also the mission briefing.
As for today, our first priority is to restore the unity of the German nation. Collect all the territories inhabited by the Germans under the rule of the Reich. This is the only way we can protect each and every German.
Are you talking about the Polish corridor?
Yes.
But we're not ready yet. Poland is linked to England and France by an allied treaty. We will be forced to wage war on two fronts.
We can only expect victory if we manage to cope with Poland before its allies enter the war.
The Poles will have to fight on two fronts. The Bolsheviks will not stand aside.
There is every reason to believe that an attack on Poland will not force England and France to enter the war.
In no way does the German nation seek war. We have one goal: to ensure freedom for the Germans and to protect the property of German families. Who has the right to blame us for this?
Your orders from the Oberkommando. The Operation Fall Weiss calls for an offensive of our forces against Poland from 3 locations of advancement. Army Group Nord will advance from German territory. Army Group South will advance from Silesia, while parts of the Group Nord will advance from Eastern Prussia. During the offensive, the Polish capital, Warsaw, must be captured by an offensive assault. The bridgeheads on the west bank of the Vistula River must be taken. Also, you must take the central station in the eastern bank of the Vistula. The shortest route to Warsaw is from Eastern Prussia. According to intelligence from our reconnaissance units, this region of the Polish border is guarded by the Modlin Army, which is based in newly modernized fortifications near the town of Mlawa. In addition to the capture in the capital, our forces must also seize Krakow, Lodz, Sandomierz. During the offensive, groups of the Army Group Nord must capture the Polish corridor, which separates East Prussia from the rest of Germany. The Polish government has stated that in any case of Germany attempting to establish control over Danzig, it will proceed to direct military action. It is recommended you capture the Polish military transit supply depot in Westerplatte, in the northern part of Danzig. The Schleswig-Holstein battleship has entered the Bay of Danzig, and it is ready to provide fire support to the offensive. The invasion of Poland must be carried out as swiftly and decisively as possible, in full accordance with the Blitzkrieg doctrine of our armed forces. The Polish forces must not be given any time to mobilize. Additionally, keep in mind that the Red Army may also invade Poland from the east without notice. According to the German-Soviet non-aggression pact, the Red Army must occupy Lviv and Brest. However, the Führer will be happy if, due to a successful offensive, our troops got a little carried away and would occupy these cities before the Communists. Do not be afraid of a clash with the Red Army. An agreement between our countries excludes this possibility. Later, we can give those territories back, but on our terms. Moreover, the lightning offensive could be an excellent demonstration of the Wehrmacht's combat capabilities, which in turn will help our Soviet friends to be more cooperative in trade issues.
Alright, that's a very comprehensive and informative mission briefing. And taking a look at the map, we have a solid defensive line here, defended by the Modlin army apparently. It is the shortest route to Warsaw, at least that is what the briefing mentioned. And to the south, yeah, this seems to be like an area we want to avoid. Mountains, so choke points leading towards urban areas, a bridge, or in other words, more choke points. Maybe it is easier to advance from this area, then surround Warsaw, then travel south, and then finally towards Krakow. And just ignore this area with the mountainous terrain. What do we have in this area? A scout, a fighter, artillery, a 3E, and pionieren. So missing here is anti-air. Let's put the anti-air gun here. And I think the battle plan for these troops is ignore this area and move towards the northeast, towards Lodz. Join up with these forces. We'll just travel west and put pressure on the bridges, urban areas here. While group north here, travel south. And I'll probably deploy most of the core forces in this area. First up, the artillery. We need to crush this line as quickly as possible. We need a scout. Can we actually get the scouts closer to the front lines? No. Right, scout here. The anti-tank gun. Let's actually put that in the south. There's a scout in this area. There's a scout here. So the remaining core forces scout doesn't really matter where we deploy that. But let's put it here. Command vehicle also in the north. The Luftwaffe. Main goal, destroy this line. 38T. The 4C can maybe help out in here. And we have infantry. And the remaining infantry units. So most of the core forces deployed in the north. And that's it for the deployment phase. Let's start Fall Weiss, September 1, 39. Let's start scouting ahead. We have 2 scouts in the area. This is actually, yes, this is the scout, alright. Just checking the range. Probably don't want to get too close. And we have anti-air guns. So the range of the gun, I was questioning that in the previous scenario. The basic value of the gun range is 1, and against air targets it's +2. So basically 3 hexes, which means it's not safe to bomb this bunker. Let's maybe try to focus on these 3 units. Enemy here. Artillery. And we can indeed attack the bunkers with the 88. Let's try to get rid of the artillery first. Unknown damage. Send in a bomber. My target destroyed. We also have 2 Stukas in the east, west I mean. So this is unsafe. This is safe. Problem is we only have 1 fighter though. Now we could probably get the aviation recon in the air. Draw fire from this unit so we can bomb it. What is the range on the 88? Gun range is 2 plus 2 is 4 hexes. You can attack this unit with a bomber and then move up 1 hex to be in the protective range of the 88. Right, this auxiliary unit, I think I'll use it. Decent enough. What about the core force? The core Stuka, I mean. Right, and let's position our fighter escort. Should be able to destroy that bunker fort. At most. Move up the infantry. This infantry will help out near Westerplatte. Overrun. Great. working towards a breakthrough here. Now let's take a look at Westerplatte and the medium depot. We do have a battleship in the area. Now if I click this, we will get some information about this battleship. And although one could probably question the quality of the voice acting, it is sometimes pretty informative, so let's listen to that.
Ships could be equipped with main battery and secondary naval guns, anti-aircraft guns, anti-submarine depth charges, torpedoes and sonars. Most types of naval weapons can be used twice per turn. When choosing a ship, all of its weapons are displayed in the right panel under the minimap. To select a specific type of weapon for attack, click the left mouse button on its icon. Otherwise, the weapon selection will be made automatically.
Alright, we have flak available and a main gun. And we can fire twice per turn, which is amazingly powerful. Let's move back a bit. And start bombing Westerplatte. These units already moved. Right, we'll take Westerplatte next turn. Keep these guys where they are. In the railroad station of Danzig. Now to the western part of the map. Scout ahead. More fortresses. And the goal of these troops is just put pressure on the bridges and the urban areas here. While the main force just hopefully breaks through here and gets to Warsaw quickly. This is a railroad station. Let's see if we can actually no information. Still no information. Well, we know it's infantry, but that's about it. We know nothing about the strength, which is kind of odd, I think. May have supporting artillery here. Anti-air gun. Very good. That was the 4C. So anti-air here, let's position the gun right here in a half track, and to the south let's do some scouting. Anti-air, infantry. Weak infantry, And we can maybe destroy them in one hit. Very good. So the goal for these troops: move northeast towards Lodz and ignore this mountainous terrain. Flak gun and an anti-tank gun. We also have a fighter. It is kind of needed in this area, north of Warsaw, but we are not really in range to get it in a useful position. Can only position it in range of the Polish anti-air gun, so let's not do that. Let's maybe attack these infantry troops. Regulars at 4 strength. That may be a job for the pionieren. Or the 3E. This may be supporting artillery though, so let's send out the pionieren. Move up the anti-tank gun. We have anti-air here. I don't want to get too close to these enemies. And I think that is it for the first turn. Let's check the army. They can stay put. Let's keep it where it is. That's it for turn 1.
This aerial unit has sustained heavy losses. You need to land it on an airfield for repairs, refueling and rearmament.
Polish fighter.
By
Should
placing anti-aircraft artillery next to the most important units and facilities, you will significantly reduce the threat of air attacks.
That was the idea indeed. So this auxiliary Stuka is in trouble. Can shoot this Polish fighter out of the air though. Also in the area a anti-tank gun and another anti-tank gun. To the south. Let's keep advancing. Fortress. And here is one of the Polish tanks, 7 TP, alright. We have a 3E. And I think that will be a close match actually. The 3E right now in this stage of the war was, or the 3 series tank actually, wasn't really completely developed. A lot of weak points. Right, first up, let's focus on this area where we want to break through. We have the artillery. This fort needs to be destroyed, and then we have a clear route towards Warsaw. More or less. Scout ahead. Attack the ford. The Stuka needs to return to base. Unfortunately not in range. What we can do is send the additional Stuka to take out the air defense, more or less. A and the 38T. Still not destroyed. And I'll actually send in the auxiliary Stuka to try to take out this gun. Move up the artillery. Move up the command unit. The scouts can maybe take out the anti-air. Very good. Now we can start bombing the rest of this Modlin defensive line. And that's it for this area. The northern area, north of Warsaw. Decent progress so far, I guess. Take out the fighter. Very good. More forts detected. Well, let's not move forward. There is an anti-tank gun right here. Let's keep these troops where they are now. Goal, move towards the bridge. Or we can slowly move east, maybe, towards Lodz. Scout ahead a bit more. Recon unit, 2 recon units. And the 7T. Stake out the other Polish fighter. Well, alright. Nicely done. Would be nice to take this airfield. We do not have any information on this unit. I'm guessing it is anti-tank. Can scout ahead a bit more. No information though. Didn't really want to move this artillery piece. But we can get here with the Pioniere without getting in a truck. E. We'll have to face the 7TP next turn, I guess. Keep the anti-tank gun here to protect the railway station. Flak gun needs to move up a bit. It's rough terrain. Let's maybe link up with these forces and send in the 4C. But, well, not sure what this is, so let's maybe be a little bit more careful. Maybe it's not necessary to put pressure on the bridge here, and it's maybe a better plan to move towards Lodz. We are kind of encircling the Polish troops, so that is working according to plan. Famous last words. Scout. What do we have? A artillery piece. Lots of Polish scouts and a 7 TP. Plus 2 unidentified enemies. Alright, I think we are about done with the turn.
Battleships and cruisers are equipped with powerful main battery naval guns capable of long-range target strikes. The secondary battery can also effectively repel torpedo attacks by destroyers. However, the lack of sonars make the ships vulnerable to submarines. Battleships and cruisers cannot detect submarines, and they require an escort of destroyers.
Alright, thank you very much, but the only ship we have right now is the Schleswig-Holstein. The battleship. Let's take Westerplatte. This is a medium depot.
Troops now report the capturing of the Polish supply depot on Westerplatte. At last, the Poles can pay for the oppressive Treaty of Versailles. The depot garrison was equipped with some very good French-made 81mm mortars. These mortars are now lie under our possession.
Excellent news. And this is what I meant. We are almost surrounding this enemy unit, but we do not have any information on it. So I'll keep these troops where they are right now. They need to move up towards this depot later, hopefully with the help of the battleship. That concludes this turn, I'm guessing. And also this episode. For now, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.